Back in our import dialog, we also have the option to build smart previews. We'll be covering smart previews later, but just as an introduction, we can explain how they work. Smart previews essentially allow you to work with your photos even when the original images aren't available. Let's say, for example, you store your photos on an external hard drive. If you plan on traveling without your hard drive, you may still want to maintain the ability to make adjustments to images in your catalog without the actual source files. If you plan on traveling without your hard drive, you may still want to maintain the ability to make adjustments to your images in your catalog without the actual source files. By building smart previews, Lightroom stores data about the source image in your catalog. This means you can make adjustments to the image without the source file. Once the external drive is reconnected, Lightroom will automatically synchronize the adjustments you've made to the source file. If this sounds a bit confusing, don't worry. It'll make much more sense when we actually work with smart previews. The next option in our import dialog gives us the ability to have Lightroom detect and avoid importing suspected duplicate photos. If you know you don't have any duplicates, you can leave that unchecked. We can also make a second copy of the imported photos in a directory of our choosing. Since we don't need to do that, I'll uncheck it. The File Renaming panel gives us the ability to automatically rename files as they're imported from our media source. There's a number of different options under the Template drop-down menu, as you see here. We won't go through each one, but for more information, you can select an item from the menu. So you can go ahead and select any one. And you can see that Lightroom generates a preview of what this format will look like. So I've chosen file name and sequence. So the file name is Portrait 001, and this would be the sequence number over here. If I wanted to leave it as just the original file name, I would go ahead and select file name. And there you can see a preview of the file name as it is. You can also select the format of the file name extension from the extension drop-down menu here. The options are lowercase, uppercase, or leave it as is. If I were to change to lowercase, you can see the extension is now in lowercase, DNG.